to have a short introduction of her. In fact, she joined ISKCON in 1993, and then her first service, I think, was head pujari, right?
Yes.
Yeah, she was an head pujari from 1995 to 2010 in Gita Nagari. Mm-hmm. Then in 2010, her spiritual master is His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj. And then she took Shiksha from His Holiness Vir Krishna Goswami and served in New Goloka for 7 years under his supervision. And she moved to Vrindavan in 2017. So from 2017 till now, she's in Vrindavan. We had one demonstration. Also, she made donuts, which was in 2023, I think. Okay. Yeah, 2023. So again, welcome everyone, and please, I leave her to you to demonstrate her Ekadasi cake. We have Ekadasi cake today.
Yes, Ekadasi cake.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Come on. So I was saying that it's a very simple recipe, and it's not going to take long. I was really worried about the baking time, how long it would take, because I don't know anything about these ovens at all. No idea. If I was in the U.S., I would know, but here I don't know. I only use the no oven method, of making the cake. And it works for me. It works out nicely, actually. It's funny how everything can be so simple. The reason I don't have an oven, because when I left the U.S., I had all of that stuff before, and I didn't want to buy it again, buy a whole bunch of stuff. You get rid of stuff, and then you collect more stuff. So I was trying to find a simpler way to bake, because I like to bake. And so it was very easy. No problem. Okay, so I just buttered the pan and put flour in it, and I'm gonna put this. I usually don't use this because I have to make a caramel. It's an apple upside down cake. So you have to do caramel first, and you put it in here. Then I already cut up the apples at home. I'll show you. Also, because as your body goes down, standing a long time gets to be challenging. So I cut them in wedges like this. So this is the first time I'm going to use this paper, because I'm figuring if I use this baking paper, it'll come out easier when you turn it upside down. Okay, so I'm going to try. This is my first time doing this with the paper. Usually I don't use the paper. I just put the caramel in there. I lay the apples on top. Then I put the dough over the apples. But it should be okay. So it's almost like a upside down apple tart. Actually, I'll show you how I arrange the apples. Okay, so I usually start with the wet ingredients first. Measuring cup. And I like canned sugar, KHAND, because it's, the taste is very mellow. It's not overly sweet, because besides trying to change the type of flour I use, I'm trying to use a sugar that doesn't give you a sugar spike. You know what a sugar spike is? You know? Do you know? You know what a sugar? Like when you take a sweet, your blood sugar goes up. So I'm trying to also experiment with sugars that don't have that kind of effect. And Kand is very mellow. It's not very overly sweet. And the reason I use it is because with the caramel and the apples, that's sweet enough. So you don't need more sugar. That in itself is enough. So then the cake itself, the cake part is not too sweet. So the two go together, you know. It's kind of healthy. Because we all want to have healthy, want to keep our health. Okay, so, whole cup, right. So I'm using a cup and a third of flour. I'll do the dry ingredients first. Okay. And I like to sift the flour because then you aerate it, and maybe it makes it a little lighter instead of so heavy if you aerate it. And I think if you got the recipe, is that the recipe?
Yes.
I left out the milk. Also, I use coconut milk. Sometimes I use regular milk, but most of the time I use coconut milk. How much milk? How much milk? I would say start with half a cup. Because I'll show you as I use it. You have to keep checking to see what the dough looks like. And measuring spoons. Forgot to tell I need measuring spoons. Elaichi and baking soda only. And actually, the cake I made this morning, I didn't think it would rise as much as it did, but it looks very nice. That's why I said, oh, I can offer this to Krishna Balaram. Thank you. A quarter. Where's my recipe? Did I bring the vanilla? Do you have vanilla? It's a good thing you have it. This is a half a teaspoon. So a cup and a third of flour. Thank you. A cup and a third. Anyway, I'm going to do a cup and a half. Then I didn't put Elaichi on there. Do you have Elaichi on your? Did I put Elaichi? Oh, I didn't put it on mine. Okay. Half teaspoon, huh?
And do a tablespoon. Half tablespoon.
Of Elaichi?
Yes, half tablespoon of Elaichi powder.
No, that's too much, I think. I made a mistake. No, it's too much. I only use half a teaspoon. Half a teaspoon. You can change it. Half a teaspoon. And then half a teaspoon of baking soda. Half a teaspoon of baking soda. And I didn't bring my cinnamon. You can add, you don't have to add cinnamon, but it's nice because it goes with the apples. I thought I had everything organized, but obviously I didn't. Oh, I know, Kamala was supposed to bring the cinnamon, but she's not here. You have cinnamon? 1/2 teaspoon? 1 teaspoon.
You got the tablespoon in all, but I think it's teaspoon.
Okay. We'll straighten out the menu when the recipe. Yeah, correct it. Is there something wrong? You can't hear me? Okay. Okay, so I put the baking soda. I put the lychee and teaspoon of salt. And not even that, I have a quarter teaspoon of salt. Salt. Mm-hmm. Salt. Okay. So then I'm going to sift it into this bowl. So as I said, we're just sifting the flour, the mixture, dry mixture, to aerate add some air to the flour. Oh, this didn't dry. Oh wow, this is going to take a long time. That's really a fine sifter. Hare Krishna. Do any of you use kutu flour? Do you make chapatis? Anybody uses kutu? You make. Ooh. Okay, that's going to take forever. Krishna. And then the other bowl is for the wet ingredients. Oh, thank you. I'm just concerned about the timing because this is only supposed to go till noon. Oh, thank you. So efficient. Okay. Anyway, you get the idea. You're supposed to sift it, but that's taking forever. Okay, so then we'll put the pinch of salt. Boom. And the wet ingredients. Yogurt, 2 tablespoons. And yogurt takes the place of eggs. 2's enough. And then if you could you melt some butter for me? And then the vanilla. Is this the vanilla? 1 teaspoon. You know, for me, I usually, I don't usually use a recipe. I just kind of like wing it because I have an idea of how much to use. So for me to write out, that's why it's not correct, because I usually don't use a recipe. I just kind of like, because I've been cooking for so long, it's in my head about how much to use. But you have to write out a recipe. Okay, and I brought some the sugar. I think I'm gonna use.
You said that's sugar cane, right?
It's canned, K-H-A-N-D. Yeah, it's canned. Oh. So I just used 2 nice tablespoons. That's enough. And then I put the milk. I'm going to start with first a tablespoon. I think what's that, about a tablespoon? Because it says here a half a cup. A knife. Hare Krishna, Kamala Prabhu. Is there a knife or a scissor or something? Oh, and then I have to cook the caramel. Thank you. A knife from India. You can use regular milk if you want to. Because of all the wet ingredients that are already in here, I start out with a tablespoon first. And then you see what your dough looks like, and you know, just a little bit at a time, not too much, because you know what happens when you do that with a chapati, right? Then it becomes too wet. So it's the same thing with this cake, just a little at a time. You check to see what is the consistency of your batter. Okay, so I have all the wet ingredients: brown sugar, butter, vanilla, yogurt. Okay, so I'm going to put the flour mixture into the wet ingredients. and just feel it out. So now I'm going to start adding some milk. One tablespoon at a time. Okay, so I'll add another tablespoon. That way you can keep track of what's going in here. And then I'll put the remainder. And I forgot the butter. Put the butter in there. Three tablespoons. This is the third one, no? So it's a little thick, and I'm going to continue to add milk. It's almost like a dough. Oops. Krishna, Krishna, Hare. So that was 4 tablespoons, no? It was 4, I know. Okay, so I'm going to let this set for a minute, and I have to do the caramel. I have to cook the caramel.
Can you please show me batter?
I was going to let it sit because I think it may need some more. This is the batter. It's almost ready. I think this was what I used this morning when I made the cake. Because, like I said, if you put too much moisture in it, it's not going to turn out. It's going to be like, instead of nice and fluffy, it's going to be gooey. So I'm going to let this sit for a minute. And then I'm going to cook the caramel. No. First, I'm going to arrange the apples. And then I'll show you how I arrange them. And you pour the caramel over the apples. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Hare. And the apples have been soaking in lemon juice all morning. They stay nice and white, and it adds flavor. So this is basically what it looks like if you want to look at it, whoever wants to look at it. While I cook the caramel, okay, you can look at it if you want. I don't want to hold it up because it's hard for the apples to keep their position. They're unruly. Hare Krishna. Okay, so they're all set. So anybody who wants to look at it, I want to move it because they keep shifting. Just make a little. Okay, so now I have to use the stove for the, I need a pot to cook. I need to cook something on the stove. I need to make caramel. I can use this, yes. I can use this, yeah, no problem. Because we need butter for this too. This is good. Sugar. Okay, so we're going to use a cup of sugar. Okay. And we're going to use how much? A tablespoon of butter. After the sugar starts melting. This one? It's on.
On.
I don't see it. Is it on? Okay. It's low. Thank you. I'm gonna need some water. Water. That's good. So the caramel is supposed to get dark brown. So it's a cup of sugar and about a tablespoon of butter and water. Anybody have any questions? Mm-hmm. Yes, question? How much butter? Tablespoon. No. Hmm?
Can you use fresh coconut milk also?
For the caramel?
Coconut
Yes,
milk,
yes. If you can get it fresh. You want to turn that down a little bit? That's like, not off. No, I need it, but not so high. It's okay. It's on, no?
Yeah.
Okay. And another thing you can use besides sugar, what comes out nice is using jaggery. You can use the powdered jaggery, but it's better the other kind? Gur, real gur. I had the best gur when I went to Mauritius. The best. This sugar is not getting brown. Mm-hmm. It's taking a long time, Krishna. So I hope I didn't confuse you about the recipe. Did everybody write down the measurements? Any questions about the measurements? They're so quiet over there. I should have brought the gur. When you use the gur, it gets a lot darker than this one. If you use either brown sugar or gur, this is a very light color. Okay, I don't know how it's going to do. So then you pour the mixture, let this cool down a little bit, over the apples. But before I do that, I'm going to check the dough. I think it needs some more. Okay, so I will pour the caramel over the apples. See, it's a very light color. When you use jaggery or brown sugar, it's usually darker. The sugar I have is very light. You see? This is the sugar that I used. You just pour it over the apples. Then you just, I don't know about this dough. You can spread it. You put it over top. And it's going to be moist because the caramel will also moisten That's why, too, you don't put too much milk in it. And now it's ready for the oven. And we'll see how it goes. And I'll show you the other cake that I made this morning. Okay, fish. And when you do it like this also, you have to probably put another pan under it, because if it rises, then the juice will also come up. Okay, so ready for the oven. Yeah. Then I want to show you the other cake. It came out nice. This and this and this. That's yours. And this. And okay. Oh, this is, yeah. So you can pass it around, you can look at it. That's, I covered it with sugar syrup and then put coconut on the top. And they offered it to Krishna Balaram in the temple. And I'm gonna cut it open too, because you have a knife. Because you want to see what it, I want to see too, what it looks like inside. Knife. Mm-hmm. You can see what it looks like. Thank you. For sure. It came out really nice. Ooh. You can pass it around so everybody can see. It's banana walnut. Mm-hmm. It's a different cake. Because I couldn't cook any caramel this morning, my gas tank ran out. So we can put this in the oven. And what time is it? It's going to take at least 11:50? Oh, 11:27? Let's hope it's ready by noon. Put it in the oven. So how did it look to you? It looked good, no? It was okay. Yeah, it can be nice. I've been trying to cook with it for a long time. So I made this cake in case that one's not ready, because it probably won't be ready. It's going to be hot. So I made this cake so at least everybody could have a little piece of cake, you know, to take with you. And if you use the kutu and you find that maybe it's, what I did was I poured some simple sugar syrup over top, just to make the coconut stick, but it also helps keep it moist, you know, because kutu tends to get dry. But when you can see it, it's very moist. It turned out really nice. That's why I said, oh, I can offer this Krishna to Krishna Balaram. So, how many are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Huh? Oh yeah, 16. Okay. That's okay, I don't need it. But I'd like to have Kamala get a piece since she did the organizing. Let's see how this works. And get some tulsis from their lotus feet. I don't know. So, does anybody have any questions? I was thinking that maybe the measurements. Is there any question about the measurements and how much milk? I think it was about 5 or 6?
5.
5 tablespoons of milk, no? Okay. I think I have enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, baking soda was half a teaspoon.
Yeah, but I have a question.
Yes.
When I make this kind of cake, what you make in Singapore,
I can't hear you.
they only lasting like for 1 day. On the next day, they're like not tasting at all. It becomes very dry, and I wonder if it's because of the baking soda or what can I do to?
Oh, this one this won't become dry because you pour. I made a simple syrup. It's syrup, sugar syrup. Oops. And then when it cools off, you pour over top. You pour it over top, and then Kamala gave me that instruction, and then it stays moist. Because if you use it with kutu, which is kind of a dry flour anyway, but if you pour some sugar syrup over top of it and it sinks in, it'll last a couple of days. But I don't know a cake that lasts a couple of days in any household. Usually it's, you know, we don't keep cake, do we? So the cake is in the oven, but it's not going to be ready.
So it's over now, your instruction?
Yeah, it's there, but it's going to take at least, you know.
We can finish now?
Yes, we can finish, but I'd like to pass out the cake to everybody so they can have a piece.
Yes, it's true. Okay.
I think I cut enough pieces.
So we hope that you all learned this Ekadasi cake, and usually in like Krishna Janmashtami that we have to be Ekadasi. I mean, we are. It is very useful. We can bake now for Lord Krishna, and in any occasions that we have to have this Ekadasi Prasad for the advent of the Lord, so we can now bake for Lord. And KartaMisha Mataji she very mercifully she made one sample at home, because if we want to wait longer, if anybody wants to wait longer and see the outcome of this demonstration, they are welcome to stay back. But she had made one beautiful cake, and she brought it here. So it's the same that she today.
No, it's not. It's different. This is banana walnut.
Banana,
And this one is upside down apple.
Oh, okay.
Because my stove wasn't working.
No problem, but can you tell about this banana and how is it? I mean, the same procedure that you cut the apples and
No, I didn't use apples. I just mashed up bananas, 2 bananas.
Okay.
I mashed up 2 bananas, mashed them up really good. Then I added the rest of the wet ingredients, vanilla and yogurt and coconut milk, and but the dry ingredients were the same. And then you just add nuts, walnuts. For some reason, for me, bananas and walnut go together. I don't know how, but they go together somehow. So banana, walnut. And then I was telling them, you told me about the simple sugar.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why this is moist, because after it cooled off, I poured it over top.
Yeah. So this is much more better now, or?
I don't know. I haven't tasted it.
This is an experiment.
But it came out nice, you see?
Yes, yes. Is it offered or we have
Yes,
to?
I took it to Krishna Balaram. It's done, see?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is the offer to Lord Krishna Balaram.
Yeah.
Jai. All right, then. Anything to add?
No, I hope it wasn't confusing, because as I told you, I usually don't use measurements. Me, it's just like I look at them and say, okay, put this in, okay, put this in, okay, put this in. And so for me to like measure it out, it's kind of difficult, because this is how I've been cooking for such a long time. It's just by feel, you know, not by measurements. So that's the problem. So I hope I didn't confuse anybody, and I hope I gave you the correct measurements. But you just have to experiment, you know, to see how it works for you, you know. When I've been liking to cook since, even before I became a devotee. And I read this book a long time ago by this Mataji when I was living in the US, and it was called Vibration Cooking. So vibration cooking means you don't measure, you just kind of like intuition. Oh, if I put this much, if I put this much, and that's how I've been cooking. I don't measure anything.
Okay. That's a new style. Thank you so much, KartaMisha Mataji. We have a small appreciation. Please accept. And there is an
Thank
for
you.
you.
Thank you. Oh, wow, thank you.
You're
It's so sweet. Yeah, thank you.
It's useful, I think.
Yeah.
When you go to teach Bhagavad-Gita class, you can take
Oh, yeah, I can take it with me. I need it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
So because there were no questions, that's what I was worried about. Because, you know, whenever I do any class, whether it's the Gita class or whatever kind of class, I like to get feedback. You know, even if there's a critique, it's okay. If you say, well, you know, I'm not sure about this, why did you do, whatever questions, you know, you just ask, it's okay. Because I'm here to learn, and we can learn from each other as well, not just teach, but to learn. You know, so if you have any questions, if there's anything about the measurements, you know, just let me know.
Thank you, Mataji. It was a very interesting class. Just by looking at you, I'm sure we've absorbed, you know, just how lovely it looks and how nice it is. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.